Hello everyone, welcome back to yoga and namaste. We have Kathy, Jerry, Richard, Paula, Anna, or Connie. Actually, you're Connie. Or did I say it? And Carrie here with us today, and hopefully those that come online, I hope you enjoy. We're going to be breathing, moving through our sacral chakra today. So that's our Savadhisthana, just below the navel, between the pelvis. So just think center of the body. That's where all of the major energy chakras are, the center of the body, aligning with our spine. So this one just is in the center of the pelvis. I'm going to scoot back as we get started. We're going to find our seat. All right. Finding our seat, I like to come a little bit forward so I can ground my feet. I have my knees hip width distance apart. If this is super uncomfortable for you, you can always come out to shoulder width distance apart. Whichever one is more comfortable. You're still stacking knees to ankles and toes are pointing forward. All right, let's start off with just a few shoulder rolls and moving back. And as we start to move these shoulders back, maybe we start to recognize our breath, bringing that awareness in and starting to breathe and exhale and inhale through the nose. And now let's move the shoulders the opposite way. And exhale, release. Hopefully our shoulders are nice and relaxed. We're gonna bring left hand underneath right hand. Palms are gonna face upward. We're just resting there. And then as you rest there, connect the two thumbs together, right at the tip, and then relax. So right at the space of relaxation is your sacral space there. So that naturally rests just below the navel. The shoulders are back and down. Think of the chin slightly coming down and the heart lifting up. Now, if you feel the rib cage edges, let's start to bring them towards the navel, pelvis. The hip points that are forward, you're drawing in towards the navel. And so you feel this nice length through the body. Here you can either find a drishti point or you can soften or close the eyes as you find this length. Let's come back to the breath. Recognizing how we feel now with a lengthened back, with stacked vertebrae, and breathing in and out of the nose. As we breathe in and out, we're coming to our Sankalpa, our silent mantra. I move with joy and ease. I move with joy and ease. I move with joy and ease. And as you're breathing those words in, imagine how it feels to be within joy and ease as you move throughout your day. Even this lengthening and contraction inward as we lengthen all the way through the crown. We find a little bit of tension, but a lot of relaxation with this length as the bones stack and we find our alignment. One more breath here. Let's start to blink the eyes open. If they were closed, we're going to release that mantra and our mudra as we lift back up, palms together, and we're going to exhale into our forward fold. So just releasing forward over the lap, and then let's inhale, come root to rise, just lengthening back up through the back, and exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Inhale, let's take it up. Warrior two arm twist, exhale. Inhale, let's take it up. And exhale, warrior two arm twist the opposite way. Inhale, taking it up. And this time, let's exhale. We're gonna bring our knee towards our chest. See if we can grab a hold and just squeeze in, even if we're rounded in the back. And then gently release that. Inhale, let's take it back up and over. And this time, exhale back to forward fold. So wrapping or releasing over your lap. Inhale, root to rise. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Inhale, lifting up. And now exhale, opposite knee is going to come towards the chest. So you're picking up that leg, you're wrapping around, you're pulling in, and it's okay to round right now. So allow yourself to pull that knee in, release. Inhale, let's take it back up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, lifting up. We're going to come to cactus arm twist. So it's just hinging at the elbows as you twist. Inhale, coming forward. And exhale, cactus twist the other way. Inhale, let's take it forward. Exhale, we're going to take one knee towards the chest, wrap around, pull in, allow the rounding, and release. Let's inhale, take it back up. Exhale, opposite knee. Allow yourself to pull in on the exhale, and inhale, you're releasing, take it up. Let's exhale, find a twist. This time, let the arms float all the way down. So the front arm is going to be on the lateral side of the opposite leg. The back arm is hanging on to the back of the chair or the bottom of the chair. Let's go ahead and just squeeze the shoulders up to the ears for a moment. And then purposely roll them back and down. Feel the heart space lift. And then see if you can twist a little bit more as you find 2 more breaths. Gently release that forward. We're going to take arms up and over as we unwind. And exhale, we're going to twist the other way. Again, we're going to land the hand one forward and down to the lateral side of the lap, and the other one behind us, hanging on to the back bottom of the chair. Take a moment while we're semi-relaxed here. We're going to draw the shoulders all the way up to the ears, feeling that contraction, and then roll the shoulders back and down. Feel a slight lift in the heart and an extra little twist. We have 2 more breaths. And let's gently release, coming forward. We're going to take one hand to one knee, lift up, pull out to the side. Pause there. Keep the other leg stable, the other hand on the leg. Maybe you could take the hand that's now on the knee and just kind of glide it underneath the leg. Point the toe. And then release. So you're just keeping that leg up. You can use that hand. You're pointing the toe again, extending through the leg and bringing it back. Last one, point the toe, bring it back. Now take the hand that might be underneath the knee, swipe it back on front, and let's exhale back forward. We're still lifted. Let's inhale back out. Exhale, bring it forward, and inhale back out. Exhale as we bring it forward. If we can, maybe grab a belt. You can also interlace fingers. That's why I didn't grab it right away. So if you can, maybe interlace the fingers underneath here. If you need that extra help here, you just grab a belt or something that you can really just hang on to and pull those elbows in so you can lift tall. You're just looking to have support for that leg. So whether we have a belt or interlace fingers, let's dorsiflex the foot now and extend out. And then relax back. We're going to keep that dorsiflexion. You could pull the heel in if you would like. You're dorsiflexing as you lengthen the leg out, and you're pulling back in. One more time, extending through and releasing down. Let's go ahead and release that leg. I'm going to release the belt over there. So hands back on the knees, sitting nice and tall. Opposite hand to knee, lifting up. Relax the foot, the ankle. Let's go ahead and inhale, open to the side. Pause there. Check your structure here. Feel tall and grounded all at the same time. Take that hand that's on the knee, glide it underneath here just for a guide. And then pointed toe, we're gonna not dorsiflex, we're gonna plantar flex, but we're strengthening, lengthening the leg and bringing it back. So let's try and see if we could do that on an inhale, extension, lengthen, tighten, and exhale, bring it back. Last one. and bring it back. From there, glide the hand to the knee, hanging on and bringing it forward. From there, we have a choice. We could interlace fingers underneath here, sit tall, or you can take a belt and still sit tall by pulling in elbows and rolling shoulders back. Let's dorsiflex the foot now, and then extend out, lengthening. And dorsiflex, keeping it dorsiflex throughout the process, tucking in, and then extending and lengthening out. One more time, tucking in, and extending, lengthening out. Let's go ahead and bring it back in and gently release. From there, let's go ahead and release the belt. We're gonna take our spiky ball today. So those of us at home, maybe we have a dryer ball. So if you don't have, this is a very hard spiky ball that I have, but if you don't have one at home, you possibly have a dryer ball. If you don't have a dryer ball, maybe you have a pinky ball, a tennis ball, even a water bottle that's frozen can help. So if you have a water bottle, obviously you're gonna do more of the forward and back. But what this exercise is more about, hopefully, is finding that alignment first. Let's go ahead and sweep the hands down, roll the shoulders back, maybe grab the back bottom of the chair, feel a lift in the heart, a draw in at the abs, so we really feel that length. Find your Drishki point right ahead of you, right at that horizon level to keep the head level. And then with pressure to start off with, you're rolling through the ball on the bottom of the foot. You can keep the eyes open at that Drishki point as you focus on the bottom of the foot. So your awareness, while you focus at that Drishki point with the eyes, is coming in all the way down to the bottom of your foot and feeling into that, how that feels, where you're at with that, if there is any particular sore spots, softer or harder spots. And just without judgment, you're just checking in with the bottom of your foot with this pressure. Now I feel like I've rolled through most of my foot with this pressure, so I'm gonna take it to a light pressure. I'm gonna pause here and just lift up a little bit. Where I feel now, I could close my eyes, I could keep my attention forward, but I'm looking for the feathering sensation where I barely feel that ball on my foot at all. I'm still rolling it. It feels like a very light feather at the bottom of my foot. For me, with this sensation, it helps to close the eyes so I could really feel into that, really concentrating and focusing on the bottom of my foot, just barely feeling the lightness of the ball, barely touching my foot. So you're really trying to activate those nerves, feeling into this as you're barely touching. And as you do that, you'll notice all the work came up into the hips, into the knees, more of the upper legs. I'm gonna reopen my eyes and release that. So take a moment, maybe bring the ball between. That leg's been worked. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring it up and over. We're gonna exhale into our forward fold. Inhale, root to rise as we lengthen back up and over. And where we have grounded feet, let's go ahead and interlace those fingers. Bring it back behind the head, press the back of the head into the hands. Let the shoulders relax, let the elbows open. From here, let's go ahead and take chin up, inhaling, feeling greater expansion here in the chest. And then exhale, chin into chest, releasing forward and down. Let's take it back up on our inhales, maybe even thinking of a butterfly or just opening up space. And the exhale, you're folding back in. Inhale, extending and expanding. And exhale, moving back in. Go ahead and inhale, open up. We're gonna come to neutral. So I'm still pressing the back of my head into the palms. My shoulders are relaxed, elbows are open. I'm this time going to press down now through the soles of my feet. Really activate my legs here because we're gonna move side to side. So you wanna keep active legs with this, sitting tall. And just starting off with an exhale to one side and an inhale, stacking the vertebrae through center. Exhaling to the opposite side. And inhale, center. Exhale. Inhaling center and exhale. Inhale center. One more time with this movement along with this particular breath. So it's an exhale as we move to the side, centering with an inhale. And now let's exhale, just twist. Inhale through center, exhale, twist the other way. Inhale through center. One more time, twist on the exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, center. Pause there, exhale. What we're looking for now is the inhale as we stretch to the side. Expansive breath, exhale through center. Inhale to the side. And just notice the difference between the inhales and the exhales and how they make you feel when doing this. So an expanse as we tilt to the side, a centering, grounding, and expanse as we move to the other side. And exhale, center. Let's go ahead and release that. Bring our hands back down, maybe glide them slightly back, roll the shoulders back, soften elbows, gently pull them in. Feel the heart lift, feel the abs draw in. Take the other foot to the ball. Find your drishti point. Find your focus so that you can take it inward. And no particular pattern is needed. You're just looking to bring sensation all over the bottom of that foot. You're looking to find the breath coming in and out of the nose as you do this. Right now we have a little bit of heavy pressure, so we're feeling into the bottom of the foot. The different spaces, whether they're painful, not painful, hard, soft, all the different sensations and feelings we can feel at the bottom of our foot. You're not necessarily judging it, you're just scanning. You're just noticing and bringing that awareness in. I'm feeling like we've moved quite a bit through this bottom of the foot here. So we're gonna switch it up to that lightness. So now you're gonna pause for a moment. You're just gonna lift up a little and notice all the contraction went into the hips and into the upper legs. But now you're feathering the ball, so you're just barely touching the ball. For me, I like to soften or close the eyes here. It really brings my concentration down to the bottom of my foot so that I can keep track of the ball because I'm so lightly feathering it. It's such a light feathering that I want to make sure it still keeps moving. It is still rolling. I'm still moving through the bottom part of my foot. I'm just using all my musculature up in my hips and in my upper leg to move this around. Finding those deep breaths will help keep your focus here. All right, I feel like I've moved and feathered that ball all the way through the foot, so I'm going to release that. I'm actually just going to move that ball to the side for now. Let's go ahead and grab another toy tool. So those of us at home, you could have a pillow, a cushion, a couch cushion, rolled up mat, any object that's soft enough that you can squeeze and still keep the alignment and have it about 1 inch or 2 above the knee so that you're using those inner thighs. I'm going to gently move side to side as I have grounded feet. I'm already squeezing here. I have my hands as I just move side to side, noticing the pressure on one side glute. And we can feel those glute bones as we press down. You'll notice the glute bones that are grounding into your chair here. That's our root chakra. And we're just above that today. So right in the pelvis bowl here. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring it up. That's why we're doing a lot of this foot leg work. Let's exhale, bring it back to center of heart. And then as we extend, so let's cross the thumbs for a moment, keep the hands together. And as we extend through one leg, pointed toes, we're going to extend the hands. Now my arms are in full extension with my leg, everything's pointing forward, but I'm squeezing my shoulders in. My shoulders are rolled back, they feel like they're in joint. So when I say I'm pulling forward, I'm not pulling forward through my shoulders. My shoulders are all rolled back and squeezing in towards my heart. I'm pulling forward with my arms. Let's go ahead and release that. You're gonna interlace those fingers. We're gonna flip it up. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, bring those palms back together. You can always cross the thumbs over one another. That's how I keep my hands together at times. And coming back to center of heart. Now we're just gonna do the other side. It's approximately 2 breaths. So point the toe, lengthen the leg, extend out through the arms. Just remember you're not extending all the way forward, that it's not in the back, the belly. So you have a nice lengthen back. The shoulders are moving in towards the heart space and you're extending through the arms. Let's go ahead and gently release that. Again, interlace those fingers. Inhale, bring it up. And this time let's shrug the shoulders all the way up to the ears and see if we can bring the gaze up, looking at the backs of the hands. And let's exhale, soften those elbows, closed fist. Bring it forward. This time, let the shoulders pull forward like I was talking about before. So let those shoulders pull forward. Scoop through the abs, round the back into cat pose. So you're really letting those shoulders now pull out of socket, moving forward. And then relax, roll them back and down. We're gonna flip those hands. Inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, we're gonna take it back to that cat-like posture, scooping through the abs, rounding, stretching forward, soften elbows, coming back. Inhale, lengthen all the way up. And this will be our last one like this. Exhale, round and scoop through. Inhale, lengthen and flip the palms up. And exhale, let's release. From there, we're gonna take it now back to dorsiflexion when we bring up the legs. So one leg comes up, let's inhale, bring the arms up, and exhale, bring it down. We'll do this a few times. Inhale, opposite leg, dorsiflex the foot, reach up, and exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lengthening, and exhale, softening. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, soften. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, soften. Last one here. Inhale, and exhale. Now, while we are forward towards the front part of the seat, and while we have this object we still have between our legs, I'm scooting maybe a little bit more forward because I like to line up my hip points with the chair's legs in front. With this particular style of chair, it works. Those of you who are at home, check where you're most stable, but slightly forward, so that we can sweep the leg forward out to the side while keeping this inner contraction and line it up with the chair or the hip. So here, you can hang on. You're gonna sweep one leg forward. I'm staying on the ground. My legs are still contracting. Now at the knee, I'm gonna sweep out while this is still contracting all the way back. And I like to bring my heel up to the leg. It pretty much helps. And now my heel and foot is in alignment with that hip. So from this point, I'm gonna look over, kind of stretch out that side because I'm hanging on to the chair. And then I'm gonna bring myself back to neutral, looking forward. As I look forward, let's sweep it back out. First one's always that trial. Bring it forward and draw it back in. Now the opposite leg's gonna come forward. You're scooting across the floor. You're keeping the inner thighs engaged. I'm bringing the heel up towards that chair. And then I'm gonna hang on and I'm gonna look that way as it stretches a little. And I'll bring myself back. And let's go ahead and sweep that nice and slow out to the side, still squeezing in center here. You should feel this throughout the legs and your hips. So if it's too much, take less of it. Don't do the full spectrum of it. So I'm pulling out, extending to the side, and back as best I can. Looking down to that side, bringing it back to center, and slowly sweeping back out and back in. So my foot pretty much stays on the ground the entire time. I'm just using it to scrape the ground as I keep, and notice I'm tilting. I am trying not to tilt the opposite direction, so On this last one, this is our second set. We're gonna do one more set for each leg. Let's try to see if we can stay seated up as much as possible. As much as possible, even me. So out to the side. Wow, I stayed seated up. Wow, okay. Look to the side. Bring yourself back to center. Sweep it back out. Back forward and center. Other side. Forward, out to the side. Doing your best to stay as centered as possible here. And then look down to the side. Sweep back up to center. And then sweep that leg back out. Forward and back in. Oh, let's get rid of this thing. I'm so tired of it. I think I've squeezed it all out. So let's grab a belt. More leg opening. So think anything we're doing with the legs equals coming into those hips. Hopefully we can stretch, exercise, and just even have a release at the end and allow the hips to relax. We're gonna take one belt around the foot. Doesn't matter which foot. I like to bring it up to about knee level for me. Everybody has different alignments here, so maybe you're further up, that's totally fine. It's just my thing to have it about there. And I am looking to wrap the belt or item around my hand so that I don't have death grip so much. Still gonna have a grip. So as I lengthen forward, let's keep a softness in this knee. So my knee is gonna keep this soft hinge as I'm forward. We're just gonna lift up and then other hand on leg, inhale out to the side, keeping that softness. Exhale, bring it back forward. Inhale out to the side. And exhale forward. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do 3 more. And just breathing through this. I like to keep this alignment by keeping my elbow in, my palm up, my shoulder in. So everything stays in alignment. And I believe that was 3 more. I think that was 6. And that's what we're shooting for. So let's go ahead and actually, instead of trading the foot, let's give it to the opposite hand. And once again, you decide how close you want your hand to the foot. For me, it's my knee measurement. So the other hand though is gonna stay stable. So the leg that you're using, you're gonna sweep that hand and hang on to the chair. Still a softness, but you're gonna pull up and this time let the elbow hang out to the side. Try to relax the shoulder by letting the elbow hang out to the side. And see if we can't keep still in our seat. So we're still seated, I'm still forward, my hips are forward, but I'm pulling that leg to the side so that I can feel it throughout the side of my leg. So I'm sitting nice and tall, glute bones are grounded, that other stable leg is grounded. I have a softness in the knee, I'm pulling over to that side. I'm gonna find 1 more breath here. And let's exhale, soften, release, back to center. Now for the last item, we're gonna use both hands because we're gonna lift that leg forward and up. And once again, we're gonna keep that softness in knee. We never want to overextend or hurt ourselves. So with this one, I like to say it's a bicep curl with it. So bring the elbows in, sit tall, palms are gonna face up. And how we get that bicep curl is I'm starting here, my knee is soft, my foot is forward. I'm gonna exhale and just lift and release as if I'm using, well, and I am using my biceps. I'm lifting that weight up, keeping elbows tucked in and bringing it back down. Let's do this again. And back down. We'll do this 3 more times. If you found maybe an exhale breath to lift, try and trade it out for an inhale breath to lift. If you are already focusing on that inhale as you lift, then try to exhale as you lift. We have 1 more. You're just finding what it feels like to try different breaths as you do these. Let's go ahead and release that all the way down. And while we have it already in our hands, stabilize that and just lift the other, because we will just start off with the same exercise on the other side. So take a moment, maybe as you get to the other side, take a softness in the hands for a moment if you've been squeezing with me. I'm sitting nice and tall, but I'm going to shrug my shoulders all the way up to my ears again. And as we exhale, we're relaxing the shoulders, and we're just going to tilt the ear towards the shoulder. So I'm just kind of relaxing here. I'm giving our hands, our arms a break for a moment. And as my ears towards that shoulder, let's allow the head just to shift, move forward nice and slow, making a half circle across the chest as we allow the opposite ear to move to the other shoulder, keeping the shoulder relaxed, bringing that gaze back forward here. And then again, dropping the chin, how it feels to move forward, down, across the chest, in whatever way you can as you move to the other side. Ear comes to that shoulder, you're bringing the gaze forward. And one more time, down across the chest, taking it nice and slow, working through the neck. As we move ear to the other shoulder, bring the gaze forward. And this time, let's lift up to neutral here. Now, hopefully that gave our arms a little bit of a break. We have a stable leg here. I've already got my palms up, and I've already got my twist inside. So we're going to keep that softness in that knee. We're going to start off with that bicep curl and lifting of the leg. So the first three, let's go ahead and do it on an exhale. Keep the elbows tucked in. Let's exhale, softness in the knee, but you're pulling up for that bicep curl, and then you're inhaling, releasing it. Exhale, pulling it up. And inhale, releasing. Exhale, bringing it up. And inhale, release. Now let's move to the other breath. So we're going to inhale, bring it up. And just notice how that feels. Exhale as you bring it down. For me, it may be a little more expansive and tense. But you're looking to feel into your body. So feeling all the way through what this does. And exhale. Sometimes I like to do that inhale while we're contracting or bringing something in, as it makes us feel slightly different and expands different places inside of our body. So I'm going to start off with giving it the same side hand, so that we're going to open that leg to the side. So other hand is nice and stable. Again, softness. I'm going to put my elbow in and have my palm up, softness in my knee. We're just going to open up on an inhale. Using the breath, exhale, bring it back. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And you can move with your own breath. We have 3 more. Allow yourself to feel expansive, steady, and stable. That's where we find joy and ease in our movement today. Last one. That's not joy and ease over there. Sorry. Let's exhale, release that a little. So I know it's not always so joyful. So just do the best you can. Even if these are difficult, don't beat yourself up for it. Just take it down a few notches. If you have to stop, no problem. This is all about you. So, all right, I'm taking it to the opposite hand. Therefore, I'm going to take that stabilizing leg hand down, and I'm going to lift back up. Softness in the knee. This time, I'm going to let that elbow lift so I can relax that shoulder. And then I'm going to just pull over like I'm crossing the leg. Some of us might be able to pull over quite a bit more than others, and some might be just right where I'm at or even less. What you're looking for, though, is that other leg is nice and stable. My glute bones are grounded, so I'm really feeling it more through the leg and stuff. So I'm not turning myself all the way around. I'm letting myself be stable as I pull that out. One more breath here. And let's gently release that. As we release that, we're going to move that belt aside, thank goodness. I guess I'm getting tired of the toys today. We don't get a chance to always use them all, and today we're using them all. So let's find our wide legs. I'm going to scoot all the way back because I do want to contract into the backs of the legs and not forget them. But let's take a moment while we have wide legs. I'm going to just bring my hands on top of the knees, but I'm rolling back and forth from just rising my heels, letting them sink, and then lifting my toes and balls of the feet. So it feels like, maybe imagine that your feet are in boat shoes. And the boat rocks up and down, just like, I don't know how a boat rocks. So you're just lifting, you're trying to find that smoothness is what I'm trying to say. So you're lifting, you're finding the breath, and you're kind of rolling through as if you have rounded soles here. And now let's just release. Relax all 10 toes. Press down through the soles of the feet. Notice the alignment. My knees are moving towards my second, third toes. So I'm going to bring my hands forward because we are going to move into a chair up. So hinge those elbows, let the back be flat, let the chest come forward, and then press into those hands, rising the glutes. And while we're here, let's just move just our glutes side to side a little bit. So not worrying about the knees, but knees are going to happen anyways. But we're thinking of the glutes moving to one side of the chair, the other side of the chair. Our knees and our legs are moving with it. And you don't have to do it breath by breath with this one. You could just gradually move one side, then the other, still taking those deep breaths though, whether they match with this movement right now or not. Now let's find center here. And now matching breath to movement, we're gonna just exhale, soften back down to the chair. As we soften back down to the chair, take the hands swiping in back. And we're gonna inhale, point those toes, and really think of squeezing the bone. So I'm really squeezing my legs towards center, pointing those toes, and then releasing down. As I release down, let's bring hands back forward, hinge those elbows, keep a back flat, and lift those glutes. This time, let's see if we can just lift a heel just as much as we can, whether it comes to the ball of the foot or it just comes up a little, and then release that. We're gonna take it to the other side. Let's lift the heel just as high as we can, and then gently release that. Take another deep breath. And let's exhale, soften the glutes back down. This time we're gonna use arms and legs and come into our full start. So let's point the toes, extend out those arms, lengthen through the torso. The glutes are grounded here. We're lengthening all the way through the crown, through the spine, and we're wide. Let's go ahead and take that to dorsiflexion. So we were with plantar flexion, pointed toes, but now we're really extending through the heels. From that point, let's go ahead and sweep the arms down, and we're gonna move into center. Hands come together. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, release. Now as we release, let's go ahead and allow those legs to release. Bring those hands back forward, finding alignment, hinging forward. Inhale, lifting glutes. This time, if you can, maybe bringing hands on top of the knees. If we're still pretty far forward, let's see if we can press those hands on top of the knees and just lift up through the torso a little, finding a little more length. And then taking each hand back down to the chair, letting ourselves come into more of a scrunched position, I guess, and then slowly bring it back down to the chair. We're gonna take and bring our hands back. Let's find dorsiflexion, inhale, and then start to move through the feet, the ankles here. And let's move the other way as well. And releasing down. As you release down, taking it back forward, hinging forward. Inhale, pressing up. Now pause here for a moment. You're just gonna pause. You're gonna try and ground through the feet. Let's lift all 10 toes. See if we can ground through the balls of the feet, the heel, but all 10 toes are going to lift up. Now let's release the toes, all 10 toes down, and see if we can't rock gently to just lift the heels. Even if they don't rock all the way up to the balls of the feet, maybe you're just barely lifting an inch or so off the ground, but you're looking to lift both heels if you can. And let's slowly release the heels down, release the glutes down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, type of warrior two, but the palms are gonna face up. Let's extend through one side. Then rotate the palms down. As we rotate palms down, look over the opposite side that you're not extending to. Taking nice deep breaths. We have one more breath in our warrior two. Let's exhale, soften everything down. Inhale, let's take it back up. Warrior one, stabilize the feet, press down through the soles of the feet. Exhale, twist to one side. Inhale here. And exhale back through center. We're gonna inhale to the other side, twist. And unwinding back to center, let's release down. Inhale, let's take it all the way back up. And start to lengthen out the opposite leg, point the toe. Exhale, open those arms, warrior two type arms, palms face up. And then slowly rotate to palms face down. Now let's look over the opposite shoulder to the fingertips for 3 breaths. And exhale, you're gonna soften everything down. Let's heel toe back to center. All right, I'm gonna come a little bit forward again here. I wanna come into cat-cow. So we're just grounding the feet, I'm forward, and then I'm hanging onto my knees and just rounding back, allowing the roundness in my back. And then I'm tilting my hips forward, I'm expanding, I'm almost just letting my torso be on my lap as I expand the opposite way with an inhale. And then let's exhale, take it back to that cat. Inhale, forward cow. And exhale, take it back, cat. Let's just do this a couple more times. You at your own breath here. You're looking to just move through the spine. Maybe you soften the eyes. Maybe you close the eyes and just get in touch with the body, the spine, the different sensations you might be feeling at this point. And from there, let's relax. We're gonna lengthen all the way back up into our sitting. And let's get ready for Shavasana, our Yoga Nidra portion. So allow yourself to get nice and comfortable. Hello, Erin. Nice to see you. All right. Make sure you drink lots of water. As you start to settle down and relax, if you're with me in a chair, I like to relax all the way back into my chair, sink into it, allow my feet to be open. Maybe the soles of the feet kind of face each other, maybe they don't. You just want to be relaxed. You want the knees to be soft. You want to feel supported. You want to feel that relaxation as you allow the back. And I like to think of my shoulder blades, the back of my shoulders here, pressing into the chair or finding support in the chair. And then allowing my chin to just move forward and down. Therefore, I'm resting. That way, if I do start to, lose anything, I won't have open mouth syndrome. My eyeballs aren't staring through my mouth today. Those of us that get a chance, though, to come down to the ground, they get a chance to release and relax in a couch or easy chair, allow yourself to do so. And what we're checking here, so you want to just make sure you're supported at the back of the body. You want to make sure that the chin is just below the level of your forehead, whether you're laying back or sitting up. You want to relax the shoulders, relax through the neck space. Allow the arms to rotate to somewhat open, where the palms are open and you feel relaxed in the arms, allowing softness in all the joints, meaning that they all have a little bit of hinging going on. And then relaxing into the back. Maybe you have the knees coming towards center and they're bent and the feet slightly out to the side. Or maybe you're relaxing all the way down with support under the knees and the legs open instead. Wherever you find this supportive relaxation, you're allowing yourself to just melt into it. Soften, closing the eyes here. And as we breathe, we're feeling into the alignment of the body. We're feeling into the support of the body. And then we're feeling into the relaxation of the body. Softening down, allowing the eyes to be shut. Breathing in, the belly rises. Breathing out, the belly falls. Allowing this breathing like ocean waves to expand into the body. And the exhales to sink and release. Think of laying on the beach right at the edge of the water as the water moves up and swells up through the legs, the feet, the torso. And then as it recedes, you feel a sinking down into the sand. Continue to breathe as you feel these ocean waves swell up through the body. And the exhales, a nice softness of sinking down. Each breath, the ocean waves expand and recede. You notice the rhythm and connection you have with the waves, with your breath, with your body. Allowing yourself to relax. And as you relax, we come back to our Sankalpa, our one pointed resolve for today. I move with joy and ease. I move with joy and ease. I move with joy and ease. Allow those words to move through the body with the breath as you continue to feel the expansion and the release and relaxation. Allowing yourself to draw in joy and to relax with ease. Feeling what this feels like within the body and mind to move with joy and ease. And now gently releasing that as we come to the back of the body, allowing us to sink even deeper into relaxation. As we feel comfortable, supported, and held, allowing ourselves to feel held. And as we relax at the back of the body, we start to inhale and expand at the front of the body. Feeling that inhale expansion, really opening the front of the body. Each inhale, you're expanding, feeling the openness of the front of the body, the face, the chest, the abs, the tops of the legs, and the release to the center of the body. The inhale expanding in the front, and the exhale centering, relaxing, softening at the crown of the head, relaxing the back of the head, the sides of the head, the forehead smoothed and relaxed. As you might feel your gentle breath moving through the sinuses, through the frontal lobe, relaxing the facial muscles, softening the jaw, expanding the mind, and then a softness over the mind on the exhales as you release and start to move down through the neck space, expanding and releasing through the neck space. Now releasing and relaxing through the chest, through the shoulders, a heaviness in the backs of the shoulders into the shoulder blades, a relaxation between the shoulder blades, and breath that feels expansive within the chest. It makes the chest feel just a little more open and relaxed. As we soften this breath, as we notice the rib cage expanding and releasing with the breaths, the mid of the back relaxes. The abs rise and fall. You notice this relaxation as you move down into the pelvis, releasing the lower back, relaxing both hips, softening just below the navel, relaxing all the way down to the pubis bone, to the tailbone, and taking a breath here of support. As we exhale, we soften through the upper legs, relaxing through the knees, the lower legs, both ankles, both feet, softening through all 10 toes. And now allow that relaxation again to the back of the body. Awareness to the front of the body. Awareness comes back to the sacral space deep within the pelvis as we now relax through our arms, our shoulders, our upper arms, our elbows, relaxed lower arms, relaxed hands, and all 10 fingers. And as you take the next breath in from the fingertips, breathing back into the heart space, the center of the chest. Feeling connected at the heart space as we sink back down to our Svadhisthana chakra, our sacral chakra, deep within the pelvis, between front and back of the body, and between both sides of the body. Allow yourself here to feel fluid. As you take the breath in and out of the body, you're bringing back fluidity. Fluidity within the breath, fluidity within the body, bringing back a sense of ease. Accepting change, changing, satisfaction, pleasure, nature. Visualize yourself softening to a peaceful sky of beautiful sunset colors. As you might be having your most delicious meal. As you listen to your favorite sounds of nature or your favorite music. Taking a moment to savor the touch from a loved one, how that feels, the preciousness of it. And then allow yourself to feel supported, to feel nurtured like a mother. To allow your inner playful, curious child out to enjoy the simple pleasures of life. When our needs to survive are satisfied, we move into pleasure, promoting our well-being as it is naturally healing. Centering back at our Svadhisthana. Relaxing here. Allowing yourself to feel connected, to be in touch with your mind, to be in touch with your body. To know how you feel, and allowing yourself healthy pleasures such as touch, play, laughter, sexuality, and experiencing beauty. This leads to contentment and peace rather than that insatiable desire for more, as it is often the denial of these simple biological pleasures that leads us to overindulgence and addiction. Because our feelings and our sensations are a source of information about our well-being. Tapping into this creates a sense of sensibility, creates that connection of knowing oneself. And now just feeling fluid, as if water with your breath moves through you. Releasing all the thoughts, releasing this flow, letting go of resistance. As we relax deeply back into the words, I move with joy and ease. I move with joy and ease. I move with joy and ease. And just coming to deeper breaths. Starting to slowly reawaken ourselves by creating movements in the fingers, creating movements in the toes, the feet, ankles, hands, and wrists. And maybe you're in a position where you could let the head and neck flow a little. Just creating any little movements that allow you to awaken slowly. allowing you to take these deeper breaths as you might find that stretch overhead lengthening, contracting. And then when you're ready, slowly bringing it all back into center. If you have a chance to squeeze your knees into your chest and give yourself a hug, you can do that with a rounded back. You can also just hang on to shoulders and still give yourself a squeeze and hug, coming back to that center, rocking gently as you come to one side or the other, and then releasing. And when you're ready, opening those eyes and pressing our way back up. Thank you. Yoga Nidra is complete. Om Shanti Shanti. Have a wonderful weekend. Drink lots of water. Be safe. Nice to see you, Erin. Fall asleep. No. Anyway, she just wrote something about fall asleep, which most of us do here. So don't beat yourself up if you fall asleep at my yoga nidras. Enjoy. Take your nap. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you here next time.